All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Let's just go ahead and pop in here so we're not swirling around while I'm talking. Um, Welcome to today's channel update. Um, not flying today, but let's just start this up. Let's see if we can get this thing started. I'm pretty sure I can. Right. See if I can still do it. What do you think? I'm used to it. Everything going this way. Oops. Not. Oh, they must have changed it or something. Hold on a second. Oh, it sounds like it's starting. Oh, look at that. Not too shabby for a guy who... Oh, goes engine one. Ooh, hey! How are you, Ostchev? Yeah, we're not flying, just seeing if I can actually start the aircraft up without any... Oops. There we go. It's starting up. Oh, I may have inadvertently... Alright, there we go. Hello, Joseph. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to me. Anyways, so here's the deal. We're just gonna sit here in the F-14 cockpit and have a little chat. So I did go see the orthopedic surgeon yesterday. It turns out I fractured my humerus. Was the that is the that's the deal. So I fractured it right above my elbow joint because it leads right into the elbow and it's part of the whole thing that helps make the elbow work, right? So I did fracture my funny bone, but it was not funny. I can assure you, it was not funny at all. So, so yeah, that happened. So what they're gonna have to do. He kind of explained it. They're gonna have to cut my. Well, it's gonna. That's what I'm talking today, Joseph, to tell you what's happening. So Thursday next week, I go into surgery. It is not like I'm going back to the same clinic where I saw, or the same place where I saw the doctor yesterday, which is what I thought was going to be the case. I go back to the hospital. So Monday I have to get a COVID test, I have to get labs done, and an EKG done before the surgery. And then Tuesday I'm supposed to get the exact time of the surgery, but I have to be at the hospital 2 hours prior to the surgery. So if the surgery's at 8, I got to be at the hospital at 6 or whatever, right? But they expect that, from what the nurse was telling me, they're trying to schedule it so mine is like one of the first ones in the morning for the surgery. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to have to open up the area right near my elbow. They're going to have to cut back the skin, okay, and expose that whole area. With the CT, what they discovered was, because it's more high def than the X-ray is, that fragments of the fractured humerus have gotten into the joint area of my elbow, right? So there's pieces that have fallen in there. So he said we're going to have to peel back your skin. We're going to have to peel your your arm muscle. We're gonna have to peel that back a bit. We have to safeguard the nerves that goes up into your elbow. So like from my fingers up and through, they gotta guard all that at the same time. So he says the reality is your elbow is not going to be 100% the rest of your life. Now I didn't tell them because I was kind of embarrassed. You know, you're sitting here and you're at your age and you're like, he's like, do you have any activities? I'm like, I almost said, well, I like to stream Flight Simulator, but I thought, no, let me just be quiet about that because you know some people kind of look at that and go like, okay, you know, what's that all about? So anyway, so he said the first couple of weeks. So I go in for the surgery that Thursday, Friday come home, but I won't be staying overnight. But well, I should say I should be home by sometime Thursday, and then the following week I go see his PA back at the place I was at yesterday for a quick follow up. But for at least 2 weeks, no mobility. So uh Pabrofella, I'm not even going to respond to that because that's just not uh you know it here I am injured and you're going to come here and offer me that shit. I'm sorry, but that's above the pale, dude. You're not even like got any sense of you're not reading the room, bro. Boy, somebody did that to Kev's stream last night. Came in, oh, I want to offer this, and I get that you guys are trying to drum up business cold, you know, you're cold calling basically. But anyway, all right. So, but yeah, they're gonna have to clean out. They're gonna have to try to remove those little fragments as best as possible, clean up that area, and then they're gonna put the pins and plates. Joseph, oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine, dude. It's okay. It's okay. Um. But anyway, um, so yeah, he said that my right elbow will degenerate quicker than my left elbow will because it's damaged or it's you know because of the fractured humerus. I won't have the same strength that I used to have. So, but there will be so like 2 weeks no mobility really of any kind, but they'll put me in a temporary sling again and you know try to keep it immobilized for 2 weeks at least, and then they'll take that off in about 2 weeks, and then he said we'll from there it would be just like simple exercises, no weights or anything, just arm movement to get some kind of movement back and see where it is, and then um, and then go from there. But then I did tell him, I said, well, I think for my physical therapy, because I think that would help, I would probably just do my physical therapy through the VA, because I already know the facility, I know the physical therapy techs there, and so, so yeah, so that would be the best place for me to go. Although they had this place that they built at the mall, it just opened like 3 months ago. It is amazing. On the lower level, they have a whole like a physical therapy pool area, all kinds of stuff. So where the old Sears used to be, they've totally claimed that area and divvied it up. Part of it is a restaurant, but the other part is all Lord's orthopedic sports medicine stuff. So yeah, it's amazing. But they're still getting up and running there. They're still getting new people on board to work there. which was pretty evident out in the hallway the other day when I was sitting in the my little screening room or whatever you want to call it, waiting for the doctor to come in. All the nurses were a little bit chatty, catty, whatever you want to call it, chatty and catty. So anyway, um, so that's what's going on with that. But he said it's going to be about a 4 to 6 weeks recovery time. So, but two of that is going to be the 2 weeks immediately after the surgery, where they don't want me to move my right arm at all. Try to keep it as still as possible. I don't know what it's going to look like as far as the, um, you know, how things are going to look, but I'm going to have a really bad scar on the right arm there, right by the elbow, when they open it up and sew it back up. But I'm sure they'll say, well, we'll try to make it, put the scar there. I don't care. It'll look cool, you know. So yeah. I was hoping Mick would be here. If he might be lurking, I don't know. He might be having his luncheon latte or something. I'll have to talk to him offline. I'll message him on Discord about the farm. I don't think Monday would work. Tuesday would probably work, but Tuesday I have to be available to take a call in the afternoon. They have to do like a another questionnaire. They have to ask me a bunch of questions Tuesday afternoon for the surgery setup. I know I have something to do Wednesday, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, so that's what we got coming up. So I don't really know. I'm going to try to be back to streaming full time. Well, not full time. What I may do, either we're going to do something like this until I have more mobility in my right arm, and I can, if I move the controller close enough, I can hit the right trigger that makes the rudders go right. But it's the so everything else is by the left one, but yeah, it's just a little bit kind of touchy. Trying to get it to where I can do everything. So, but what I may do once a week is just try to do some kind of a quick channel update, or just talk with you guys where I'm at, feeling wise. But those first 2 weeks after the surgery is going to be a bit iffy, because I don't want to, even if I just do something simple with like my right finger for the rudder, you see, that may be too much after the surgery. I don't know. Right now I can do it, but it's kind of iffy. So I'd like to get a stream in with Mick before I go under the knife, but Monday is going to be out of the question because I got to be over at the hospital from 2 something in the afternoon. I got to be there to get all the testing done. Although it shouldn't take very long, but it just may be waiting period, waiting time and all that. And then, so there we go. But yeah, we just may do once a week just so that you guys hear from me and know what's happening, that you're not starting to worry that if you haven't heard from me at all, what's going on. So, yeah, that's where we're at on that. Let's see what else. We did get some updates Thursday. I almost forgot all about it. I was watching Scruffy, and then so yeah, they released an update. Coronado is finally kind of getting their act together, I guess, or well, maybe not them, but their updates are finally getting pushed out. We did get one for the PC-12 from Coronado. I don't know what it really fixed. They did kind of give a rundown of what was the update for, but I can't really say that it's significantly improved or not. so that did happen, and then we also got an update for the A318, the very very small, the super small size A320. It was shrunk down, so the A318. Hello, Daniel. How are you? So that was released. So LVFR, I'm telling you, they're killing it. They're the poor man's PMDG, but they whatever stuff is, they already know what's might be an issue, and they get to it right away, and they're already posting updates. So it's just a matter of Microsoft pushing those updates out to the customer. So if you can't afford, like I know, uh, PMDG released another version of the 737 on Thursday for the PC, and yeah, if you want something as an alternative and you're not willing to pay $70, LVFR is a viable option. I'm telling you, they're really good at what they do. They really care about the product, and not to say PMDG doesn't, but if you're just like I can't afford any, like $70 a pop for an airliner. Nice, Daniel. Nice. Yeah, I tell you, that's been the hard part is, so I've been eating soup. Yay. Yay, soup. And I'm like, when you're down on your luck and you're just like, man, I would murder a freaking pepperoni pizza. I am so jonesing for a pepperoni pizza right now. It's not even funny. It's just like my body's just like, give me something other. I swear, it's like my body's gonna go into revolt action if I have another can of soup. you know. So yeah, but enjoy Daniel. Hopefully you like you always do. I don't think you ever complained about that place that you go get your fish and chips from. I'd be surprised. The only time I think you complained was when the one person tried to give you too much chips, give you extra chips, and you were like, no, 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 no. So, but no, you go there. They know you. You know them. So that's good. So yeah, I don't know what time next week. I may do another quick update. We'll try to do it in the morning. Just around the normal time. But my sleep is so sporadic right now that you know, uh, yeah, it's difficult. So I was hoping to get this done starting at 7. I woke up at 7, but it takes me a few extra minutes to get out of bed, to sit up and you know get dressed, whatever. Yeah, it sucks not having somebody else to help out, but that's okay. Um, so yeah, um, yeah, but I don't know. Anybody have any questions for me before I get ready to wrap this up? Oh, I should give you a couple thanks to Bost, a boy. I'm probably butchering your name, but thank you for the follow a couple days ago. Chronico, thank you for the follow. Nice to have you along as well. Chronico, I know Chronico from Captain Arsh's streams, Scruffy's streams. Uh, oh, basically, Daniel, Tuesday I was walking and I slipped on a patch of ice and I fractured my humerus bone right above the elbow joint. So I have to go into surgery Thursday for um they're going to cut my elbow open. Basically, they're going to peel back the skin, peel back muscles and stuff like that. The way he explained it to me, there was a couple of things he said that I was like, okay, even though I have some medical background, it went a little bit over my head. But basically, he said what they're going to do is immobilize the arm, and then they're going to cut in, and they're going to peel back things, and then they're going to clean out the small pieces of the fracture that are right near the joint, and then they're going to put the pins and plates, whatever they need, in to where the fracture is to get that bone kind of back in place. But he said it's not going to be perfect. Your elbow will never be 100% again. But he said, I don't foresee any issues. But, he says there's always the problem of infections and a bunch of other stuff. But right now, I'm supposed to go in the surgery. Yeah, I hope so too. But he said, like, I asked him what was like the recovery, what the expectations were. And basically, he said that the first couple weeks, they don't want me to move at all. Try to keep that arm as still as possible. And then they would take the splint and all that off again. And then he said, we'll probably start with just some simple arm motion, no weights or anything, just moving your arm and seeing how it feels and whatnot. And then, but I'll go through the VA. I'm going to have to put a message in once they take the split and all that off after, 2 weeks after the surgery. Then I'll contact my provider at the VA and ask them to put in for a note for me to see physical therapy. And I'll get a bunch of physical therapy appointments. So then, I'll have to go do those. Just something. I hope so, Joseph, but I don't know. This is the first time I've ever had something like this happen. The only bone I've ever broken in my body is my left big toe when I jammed it into a fence when I was a kid. Because I kicked it straight on and not at an angle like I should have. As I was just being an idiot. And so so all they did was tape my big toe to the toe right next to it. That's it. That's all they could do. They couldn't splint it or anything. They just said, we're just going to tape it together and it's going to heal. Okay. Well, it hurt, but this is a whole other level of pain. Fracturing your funny bone, the humerus, is not fun. I tell you, I was not laughing. I cursed, I screamed, yeah, it was not fun at all. So, but now having seen, yesterday was the first time I saw the CT images and you could see the fracture. So, yeah. So yeah, it's just going to be, so they're going to have to try to make sure that everything goes back the way that it's supposed to, as far as the muscles and everything else. But yeah, they said my right elbow will degenerate quicker as I get older than my left one will. So as long as I don't break the left one, then I'm okay. But yeah, being right hand dominant sucks because I'm so used to reaching out with my right hand and my right hand doing everything. So it's going to be a challenge. He said you may not be able to grip things the way you used to. You may not have the full strength, like if you grip a jar to open it. He said you may not have the strength to do that in your right arm. So hopefully with physical therapy, at least I get back to maybe at least 80%, or something reasonable, an attainable goal where I still have enough strength to get me, through the rest of my life. So that's going to be the difficult part, though. I just don't know. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of time, but that's why I figured if I do one of these once a week, I just don't have a schedule yet, really, as to when. But just so that we can sit here and chat during the week, whether it's a Monday morning or whatever, then I just want to be able to keep in touch with you guys a little bit. I know I'm not going to get a ton of viewers because everybody's like, oh, he's going to go on about his arm and who gives a shit and what. I know I'm kidding, but that way at least you know where things are, and then if I feel up to it, I may do some test flying off stream, eventually, just to see how I get on with it. And then we can go from there. and see if it's something that I feel comfortable doing. And we just may, it'll probably be a jetliner flight because it's just once we're in the air, I hit the autopilot button and we're on our way. You know, it's very simple in that respect. So, um, yeah, so we may do it that way. So, well, I don't want to make you guys sit through ads before, so we may wrap this up before the 30-minute mark. But yeah, I'll talk to Mick offline since I think he's probably otherwise engaged, and try to get an idea of when we could do the farming. So, but it does not mean you get to use my harvester, Joseph, while I'm out. You better not touch my harvester. If I find out, you're gonna be in trouble, Mister. I'm gonna send a Miller over there after you, and you're not gonna like it. I'm telling you. You might as well look the other way on that harvester. You see it, you just turn around and look the other way. So, don't even think about it. But yeah, hopefully I can at least do a farm stream with him before before the surgery. So I'd like to do that. Heck, I'd do it today if he wanted, or tomorrow. You know, but we'll see. I know he might have other things going on, but yeah, Monday is just going to be absolutely out of the question. I got to do all that stuff in one sitting. So COVID test, which means the swab up the nose. Yay! I haven't had one of those since I had to get an anthrax test. And then they got to draw blood, and then I got to sit for an EKG, which is going to be really difficult because I've been wearing the same shirt for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days now. Yeah. So, yep. Good times. So yeah, I don't know if I can even try to at least wash myself a little bit before Monday. I might try something. Try to wash my hair a little bit so I'm not a complete. But I can't take my shirt all the way off. That's the only thing. So it's kind of difficult to. Yeah. But at least if I wash my hair and hit the hot spots as best as possible, is what we used to say in the military. But we'll see. So, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I just like to wrap this up before we go into an ad break, and because I don't really want to have you guys sit here through a bunch of ads. And I've seen a joint of beer in the fridge, so it looks like, ooh, nice. Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. I'd have to have, if I was going to have something like that, I'd have to have somebody cut up the roast beef for me ahead of time. So, because I was like, ooh, my controller turned off just as I was getting ready to talk. Yeah, I was thinking about getting some pork loin, but I'm like, how am I going to cut it up? I can't move my. Yeah. So we'll enjoy that, Daniel, tomorrow. Sounds like a good time. The usual Sunday meal, your roast and all that. So yeah, I think we'll just wrap it up here, folks. I do really appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out for a little bit and just hearing me go on about what happened and whatnot. But we'll stay in touch. It's difficult to keep putting updates into the Discord, or just typing, because it's just like it's kind of painful, or it's just difficult to do with one arm, one hand. So, oh, I didn't even put the pilots on, did I? Totally forgot about the crew. Okay, now you can kind of see them. Nope. No, you can't. All right, now they're there. Poor crew was missing in action and started up playing. Let me scroll back up here. Yeah, I will. It's been a challenge, but I'm getting by somehow, some way, despite anything that Addies might try to do from across the pond to throw a monkey wrench into my plans. You just never know with him. I'm kidding. So let's go ahead and just shut the engines off here. Yeah. We can even open the canopy up. There we go. So yeah, that'll do it for today, folks. Yeah, poor Mr. Adams. Yeah, poor Mr. Adams. Um. So yeah, we'll just wrap it up here before this thing goes into ad break, and I just wait. I might as well wait for it started the ads. Hold on, I might as well let it play. Sorry. Joseph doesn't have to worry about ads right now because Scruffy gifted him a nice one month sub to my channel. So yeah, we'll wait till that gets done and then we'll wrap things up. I was trying to get it done, but we'll let it. I had thought about doing a flight from Malta to Tunisia today, but I was just like, I didn't want to chance it, you know. But, um, but yeah, it would definitely be jetliner. Like the long haul flights would be completely out of the question. I don't think I can. My arm is too. Depending on how long I sit, sometimes my arm just starts throbbing for no particular reason. So, yeah, long stuff is going to be completely out of the question for the time being. But if I do one, it would be a very. Oh, you're back. Okay. Um, yeah, it would be maybe no longer than a couple hours, if that. But it would be a jetliner, just something that I can, we take off and then I can hit the autopilot, and it's just a matter of getting stuff dialed in as we go along. But with the keyboard, at least I can, like the altimeter changes and stuff like that. I think I can do okay. So anyway, so yeah, we'll wrap it up now that the ads are done doing their thing. So at least it wasn't too long of a ad thing. So let's see if I turn the battery off. Well, it's not going to shut down because we didn't fly anywhere. Oops, no. Wings sweep the wings back. Oop, that's not what I wanted. There we go. For storage. There we go. Now it's like we landed on a carrier and parked it on the flight deck or something. Yay us. But anyway, yeah, that'll do it for here today, folks. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out for a little bit. Thank you for sitting through the ads. I'm sorry I was trying to wrap things up and I got a little sidetracked, I guess. But we'll talk again soon. I don't know when exactly, but we'll be in touch soon. And so yeah, do enjoy the rest of your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, early Sunday, possibly for some folks. Enjoy your Sunday feast there, Daniel. Joseph, enjoy your fish finger sandwiches or whatever craziness you're going to get yourself into today. And I will see you all soon. I have been and will eventually be your host and pilot. I am your host, but I will be your pilot once again, Uncle B. until next time, peace, live long and prosper.